Hello and welcome to Land's End on Korthos Island for the start of another brand new life. This time I'm going to shock you all by actually following the plan and doing the Alchemist. I have done an Alchemist in the past, so it's not a complete journey into the unknown. I've had a lot of fun with it. I do concur with the people who say it can be quite clunky, the bottle throwing mechanic in general, and particularly when you're trying to target yourself with like one of these restore bottles or a healing thing. If you're trying to do that in a pinch, well, good luck, because there's a real good chance it won't hit you. But that aside, it's a very versatile and fun class to play, I've found. So hopefully we'll be able to show that on our way up. I'll be doing the caster alky, the bombard type. And why, you might ask, am I sitting here with an enormous falchion? Well, I've struggled in the past. Well, I think all casters do in the first few levels, don't they? But particularly this one in the early levels with no real source of AoE. So I had a little read round on various forums and what have you, and one of the pieces of advice I picked up was perhaps just pick up a two-handed weapon. This is one I bought from the vendor on the Keep on the Borderlands vendor, so just a complete bog standard thing. And I thought maybe we could go with that, and as the advice suggested, the fine dust, which can trip opponents if they fail their save. So we're going to try a combination of that and our falchion. Obviously we're not proficient with it, so I am waiting for quite a few misses, but we'll do the best we can. I've set up our epic past lives where possible to favour the melee side of things, so we've got 3 of these double strike things now, which should help. And we've also got 1 of the ancient power, which we acquired last time around in epic. So that's 2 to attack and damage per time taken for using the two-handed fighting style. We're beginning to acquire a reasonable stock of these epic past lives. I have been, as I mentioned, doing 1 warlock life, which is his sort of nominal end build, the tanky warlock, in between each videoed one, and that's been going pretty well, because unlike in these recorded ones where I don't have the gear to go on and push the skull levels in the legendaries, the warlock can, and as a result we've managed to go up into the 50s on Reaper points, which to many of you will be small potatoes, I'm sure, but to me is lovely. Allows us, when we're doing lives like these, to have 20 plus points, meaning the 4th core in 2 different trees. So that's quite a nice position to be in. Albeit when he does the tanky warlock, all the points are thrown into the Grim Barricade one. Okay, so what are we going to do to try to get us through these first couple of levels? The plan, as I said, is to wield the falchion, throw the fine dust around. I forgot the ingredients for that first time around, so I've had to stop the recording and do it again. Well done me. We're going to use, I can hear the intake of breath now, a hireling. This one's been recommended to me, this barbarian, Byron. Apparently he swings a big two-handed weapon as well, and he's pretty good with it, so between the 2 of us, hopefully we can do some decent damage. I've got a little bottle heal there. I don't know how good that's going to be. Probably terrible, but better than nothing. We're definitely not going to try any reapering. I've learnt that lesson from the past. And we are going to skew the enhancements as well towards melee. So we've got 1 hit and damage from the Harper tree. My next point I get, I'm going to go for the intelligence to hit and damage. Sorry, intelligence to hit, rather. We can't get the to damage, which should hopefully reduce the misses we've been getting on account of our lamentable strength. I've stacked intelligence and con, and basically you don't really need anything else. I put, for the Alchemist, I put a couple of points in wisdom I think I had left over just to boost the will save. In the fullness of time, actually I think from level 2 we get auto-granted insightful reflexes, so intelligence to reflex save. So that's going to be going up really nicely. And is it at level 12 you get the possibility to take as an Alchemist bonus feat, Liquid Luck, which is evasion. So evasion with insightful reflexes from level 12 is sounding very tasty. I've gone into the Fey Dark tree for the illusory weaponry. I think that's giving us a bit more on our damage because it's classed as an enhancement, but also no weapon damage. We just check that if we cast it there. Imbued by shadow, +1 enhancement bonus. So yeah, that's nice, as well as the no damage. But you can see there in brackets the attack penalty -20%, so we are going to get our fair share of misses for not being proficient with the weapon. But it's not going to be forever. It seems I can't spell sit anymore. Right, let's have a look what we did for feats. Can we see them there? Yeah. So I took Quicken because that was recommended to start with for use with this Fine Dust. Maximise because it'll come in very handy down the road, but at the moment we've got nothing to maximise. I think the first thing we might be able to use that on is isn't it this one, the third core in there, which would be available from level 6. Yes, that's an AoE, isn't it? And I think that will be our recipe for success going forward. For that will be our first big AoE, the negative version. So inflict serious wounds. We will at that point be able to put maximise, quicken and empower on there. So hopefully we'll be able to do some decent damage with that long before we get the multi-vial at 12. Okay, that's the feats, the stats we did. The gear is just piecemeal. We've got our trusty fearsome robe of invulnerability for a little bit of DR, causing opponents to run away if they do hit us, and a bit of light fortification against critical hits. The rest of it is just bits and bats from the Borderlands, which happen to have little bonuses on them, just to help us a little bit. And the boots again from the Borderlands to improve our run speed. I think the do we actually get a spell? I think we get a spell. The Alchemist buffs, apart from the fact they're only castable on self, are second to none. They just get everything in the book for boosting themselves up, or defenses as well as attack. Greater heroism, everything they get in liquid form. So no complaints at all there. I don't think there's anything else I was gonna cover on the gear front, was there? No. So we're going to try and go in with our new friend Byron and see what kind of disasters we can create in there. I haven't even picked a quest yet. I'll tell you what we're going to do. We're going to go and do this Cannith crystal. I'm not even sure I've ever featured this on the channel. And the main reason for that is every time I go in, as I insist on doing it on Elite, every time I go in here, the buggers break the crystal and it's a mess. Now if that happens, I'll do my best for it not to happen. Between the fine dust and Byron's help and our falchion, I'm hoping it won't. We also have a human melee power boost there, if that might help a bit. I'm hoping we won't have to repeat it, but if we do, so be it. No, we won't be repeating it. We'll go on to a different quest if that happens. Just as a note, we've got the Quicksilver Cassock cosmetic back in again. I thought that was more appropriate for an Alchemist robes build. The last time around for the what was it we were doing? Do you know? I can't have forgotten. Oh, the Tempest. We had the purple Reaper armor again, didn't we? But for this one, this seems more appropriate, so we're going to stick with that. Okay, let's get Byron into the fray. I'll put him on attack everything. God, look at the size of that thing. It's dwarfing mine, isn't it? It's like that scene out of Crocodile Dundee. Ah, this is a knife. Right. So we can imbue our weapon. Is it just for us that? Yeah, we can't give him the same thing. I think that's about all we can do. Give ourselves a bit of speed. Trigger the boost as soon as something comes, and must remember to do this fine dust. Now I've not tested the fine dust, so I've no idea if I have to target somebody, if I can just throw it on the floor, how that works. But I guess we're going to find out. It says target foe or directional, so I should be able to just... I'm going to let Byron deal with... Oh, look at that. He's well capable of dealing with that, isn't he? In fact, it's looking like I might not even have to move here. Okay. I think my fine dust was not hitting the target there. But it had an impressively quick casting time. I think we got him there with that. Can we fine dust you as well? Yeah, oh look at that. Hey, hats off to the person who suggested that in that forum. That's very good. Our prowess with the falchion is obviously less so. You're seeing a fair share of misses there. Can I just knock him down, make it easier for Byron? I don't know if we can throw it that far. But he's doing very well. He's only lost 1 health, bless him. Not even time for him to have a heal from us yet. Did he get knocked over? I don't think he did. Maybe it's just very short range. We'll have to find out by degrees. So with 5 left, and thus far it's looking good. With the Warlock, I have Entangle as a packed spell. So I just sort of set that up, the entangling things, right in front of the crystal. I think I missed that one with the spell. Yeah, it's working really well, the fine dust. So as a starter, I think it's a damn good option. Now the last one is always in here, isn't he? Somewhere. That's it. Down you go. Beautiful. If only all starts could be as awesome as that. Having seen what I've just seen there, how effective that was, I think we could have perhaps manned up and done that without Byron. that dust really was extremely effective, wasn't it? Just knocking them down and giving us plenty of chance to finish them off while they were down there. That's happy days. So hopefully that's a good omen for things to come. I'm going to leave it there, but the plan is to continue on as I always do in Korthos. I'll take level 2, and we're going to, as I mentioned, take the intelligence to hit out of here to hopefully get some more licks in with that big falchion, because you'll have seen there I was missing my fair share. So that's the immediate plan, and maybe we could take some know the angles as well. We can take the +1 hit and damage from here as well, and then maybe some know the angles for a bit more damage boost. We'll see. I think after that it'll be about time to do some casting. Okay, thank you very much as always for looking. Fingers crossed this life continues as well as it started, and I will speak to you soon. Take care.